If I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support,
There's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying.
he's entitled to a DNA test.
We can get this DNA testing done expeditiously.
Oh yeah, most definitely. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old,
3 years old.
and I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligation.
Miss Canada storms into court demanding child support and back pay for a child that is already 3 years old. She insists she has not received a single dime, but the man drops a shocking revelation by questioning whether the child is, even as the tension rises, as the courtroom waits to see if his claim will hold up before the judge.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligation.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that she and I had that time together. And,
Excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me, and the reason that I haven't provided
Well, those are rumors.
I understand
First of
that.
all.
I understand that,
Second
but
of
you
all.
haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation.
He casts serious doubt by claiming he was not the only one seeing Miss Canada at the time and insists that she refused his request for a DNA test. Question now lingers whether this is just an excuse to dodge responsibility or the truth that no one wanted to admit. All eyes turn to her as the pressure builds, and everyone waits to hear what she will say next.
If I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You're right about that, and honest
So
truth is
you are
that,
admitting that you're married?
yes.
Okay.
And I've told her. I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't
told
tell
your
me you
wife
were
that?
married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. So, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on.
She lashes back with fury, accusing him of being married during their affair, and he does not deny it. The courtroom grows tense as both parties begin to unravel in front of the judge, yet behind all the emotional chaos, one pressing question remains: who is telling the truth, and will the lies finally come to light?
Other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on.
The judge cuts straight to the core, pointing out that there has been no DNA test, no hospital documents, and no legal proof that he's the father. The backstory may be messy, but the court is only concerned with facts. The question now is whether this case can move forward without a shred of paternity evidence, or if it will all be dismissed as nothing more than hearsay.
Have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which, according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
right.
knows now.
He's lying.
You told her?
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh. At the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there.
Receptionist there, I'm a manager.
That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay. Ooh, wasn't expecting that much tea this morning. So, yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Then comes a shocking twist, as it is revealed that she works with his wife at the same welding plant. The affair was not just reckless, it unfolded right under his wife's nose. Emotions boil over in the courtroom. But the judge stays focused, leaving one crucial question. Hanging, will a DNA test finally force the truth out?
DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you are more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's...
The judge reviews the financial documents, but makes it clear that the case cannot move forward without a paternity test. Is the only legal path ahead. If he is proven to be the father, then support will follow. But if not, the entire case will take a completely different direction. The real question is whether they will actually agree to take the test.
I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but
definitely
if he's
the
not
father.
the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA testing, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And she boldly claims there is no need for more DNA tests because she already knows he is the father, yet the doubt lingers. Because if it is so certain, why has it never been proven now? They turn to the court requesting help to get the testing done, quickly leaving everyone to wonder if her confidence is real or if it is just a cover-up.
Can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky,
You're welcome.
if I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The judge orders DNA testing to the Attorney General's office fast, free, and final the court is dismissed, and he promises that if the child is his, he will do what is right. The gavel falls, and the case pauses with the weight of truth hanging in the balance, because sooner or later the truth always finds its day.